Welcome to The Missing Geek. I'm Dave.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Nick.
I'm Rob.
Nick's not sure if he's Nick today.
Yeah,
so let's try that again.
yeah.
I'm going to be Barbara. Welcome to The Missing Geek. I'm Dave.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Nick.
I'm Rob.
Today we're playing Vast.
The Crystal Caverns. It's by Letter Games, plays 1 to 5 players, ages 10 up, takes 60 to 90 minutes.
And later on, Alan will be joining us. So, let's unbox this mother.
Go.
Come on, Rob.
The suspense.
It's a two-man box.
Yeah.
So, inside we've got rules sheets. Take us through it, Nick.
We have lots of rules because within Vast, every player has a different set of rules. So we've got rules for the goblins, the dragon, the knight, the cave, and the thief.
And then we've got a rule book. Why have we got a rule book?
In case you forget all your rules, you need to look at it.
Well, because it also tells you about the combinations that you need
Yeah.
to have together and cards you need to add in if you're playing with a thief and so on.
Yeah.
We've got some boards,
Other bits.
one for each player. Don't want to damage those, so they look lovely. And then we've got bits, we've got some caverny bits, we've got some caverny tiles, we've got some lava, we've got some Kickstarter exclusive chests. We've played this a couple of times, so inside we've already pre-bagged some of the stuff. We've got dice of things, we've got cards, these lovely cards, there we are. And then we've just got all this other stuff in there. And then we've got an insert, and then we've got the back of the box, which looks lovely and shiny. And that's done. Just channeled my inner Alan, really.
Yeah.
Right. So, the rules for the game are really quite complex, so we're not going to try and run through all of them. What we're going to do is each player is going to go around and give you a quick gist of how their turn will work, and then if you play the game, you'll see it in far more depth. So, starting with player 1, which is the knight.
The knight goes round, is trying to explore. She wants to kill the dragon in the corner. Where if he's not playing, I want to smash 5 crystals. So if you die, I win. And then she'll turn over tiles, gain grit, and that will eventually give her more power-ups, and she's more of a resource manager than some of the other characters.
I'm playing the goblins, which are probably one of the more complicated characters in the game. My aim is to kill the knight. And how it works is I have to make my tribes bigger by using these tokens, by pulling cards, and then I will secretly move around the board because I'm in the shadows and I don't really want to reveal what's going on. I don't like the light, and yeah.
Just like real life.
Yeah.
Kill it.
I have to eat everyone in little bits to try and power up to then leave the cave. That's my whole objective.
Basically, you need to wake the
I need to wake up and escape, and
Because you're a dragon. You need to
I
escape.
don't like being inside these dark places.
It started.
It started, and I might as well continue because I am the cave. Enter me if you dare. I'm trying to build the cave up to its maximum size and then collapse it on everyone basically by destroying the crystal tiles.
Haven't we already entered you? We're trying to leave, aren't we?
Yeah, we're trying to
Yeah, I
escape.
guess so.
So by
You're
saying
sick of me
if we
now.
dare, we all dare.
Yeah.
We don't want to be here anymore.
No.
We've changed
You
our
dared,
mind.
fools, all of you. Yeah, so I'm putting sort of crystals and treasure out on the board in hopefully strategic places. That's going to benefit everyone else, but also benefits me by giving me more omens, which power up my abilities as well.
And you have complete control of the placement of all the cave tiles.
Yes, I
So-
Yeah.
choose.
There's no randomisation.
Yeah, and you can look at any cave tile that hasn't been revealed at any time, so he knows exactly how he's structured. No, and
I'm
yeah.
pulling all your strings.
And I'm the thief. I want to plunder Ant's dark depths. I want to collect 6 treasures,
Be
Again.
gentle.
or 6 treasures or dragon gems from Alan in any combinations. Once I hit 6, I win. And the way the cave wins, just so we're all clear, needs to collapse the cave and kill everybody inside.
Yeah. By
By
collapsing the 6 main sort of
five crystal tiles.
5
Five.
crystal tiles, which are sort of the
By
structural supports.
constricting us and
Yes.
making us all suffocate inside him.
So, we're going to do the 3P system, purchase, play or pass. We'll go around and then we'll do our out of 6 geeks, and then everyone will get a chance to explain why they gave it that rating. Let's start with Anthony.
I think a strong play at the minute. I'm kind of on the cusp. I'll get to it when you come back around.
Excellent. Rob.
Play for the time being.
Nick.
Purchase, because it's my one, I kickstarted it.
Cheat.
Seems good.
Alan.
I am a play.
Not decided yet, have you?
How much is it?
I have absolutely no clue.
I think if it is more than £40, it's got to be a play. If it's under £40, I'll purchase it. So I think it really does depend on how much the game is. because I do like it, but there are other things I'd rather spend that amount of money on.
Okay.
So, and now out of 6 geeks, let's go with Nick.
I would rate it a 5. I think I really like it as a game. I think some of the characters I perhaps would leave out. Maybe 3 or 4 players, probably better. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and the multiple characters, I've played other characters, and they all play so differently. So good play for me.
And
I'm going with 4.5, which is pretty solid for me as well.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good for me. I think it could go even higher if they sort out some of the rules issues. We probably spent half of our time on camera just thumbing through rule books. Rules are in places you wouldn't expect them to be. Everyone's got their own sort of sheet, which summarises most of it, but not all of it. I would have actually liked to see this be a little bit bigger and give you everything you need to know for that character, rather than having pieces of rules in different places. I'm just really interested in, this is a really unique design, and I'd be interested in trying all the different combinations out. I'm guessing they're probably not all balanced, but it will take you so long to find out and to try all the combinations that I think there's a lot of game in this box. I had a really good time playing it. It's really unique, and if they sort of either tidy up the rules or come up with a second edition or something, I think I could see myself picking this one up.
you want to go?
I'm going to give it 3.5. I think it was a perfectly good average game, maybe with some tweaking and stuff. The problem is for me is it just reminded me of an overly complicated dragon Farkle. Like, it just felt like that, like we're trying to kill the dragon. I know that's not the objective. I was the dragon, but that's basically what it felt like. And we had characters that did stuff, and we were rolling dice, mainly because I was rolling dice. So it felt like just I was playing Dragon Farkle, basically. So it was enjoyable, but again, don't think it was that enjoyable.
Fair enough. Rob?
I'd give it 4, mostly because it is a fun game, but it is overly complicated. Some people, the level of complexity, it will absolutely just won't be for them. Also, there's so many rules that are contradictory, and again, just looking at the forums, there's hundreds of different topics of where people are getting rules confused. It needs to be cleared up, and realistically there needs to be a second edition where they address all the issues with the rules.
I'm going to go with 4.5.
Hey,
Yeah. The reason for that is because the game offers some very interesting gameplay opportunities. So I think that most people will find something they like in it. I think the game plays very well at 3 players. It is a brilliant 3-player game. So if you're looking, if you've got 3 people who play regularly and you want to be able to, explore different roles and see different opportunities within the same sort of game, same box, it's great for that. I think it breaks down massively once you put the thief in. The thief is pretty boring as a character, and the reason I say that is that the thief relies on stealth not to get hurt, because he has to go into spaces and things to interact. But it's very difficult to have enough stealth and carry objectives. So you're constantly looking there going, well, I need to run away and not be a threat, but I also need to get 6 of these things to win. So there's like, towards the end of the game, I was looking, can I get into the dragon to take some cards out of his hand twice, because we had to go twice around the board, and I just couldn't get enough stealth and movement at the same time. And it felt really like I wasn't interacting. Although I know the Goblins felt a bit like a solo game, but you were actually constantly interacting. You were playing your own game and then going, so now I will attack people. Mine was more, I move or do it, I'm done. Move or do it, I'm done. I don't really have enough options. Maybe it's just me playing the thief, but you played the thief in one of our practice games, and again you found a similar sort of thing. You didn't really enjoy it as much as when you were the knight going, I'm going to chop things down and break things down.
I know, the cheats.
So
You maybe just have to take some risks, because what are the benefits to other people of smacking you about?
pretty big. If I don't drop down my loot level, so for example the Goblins can either have +3 rage or +3 secret cards.
I draw cards.
You draw cards, and then he gets grit and stuff. So there's a massive benefit to them me beating me up, and I drop stuff, and I come back every turn, but it just sets me back a turn, and you go, well, and you can't actually help out the thief much. It feels like the thief is.
I was actually trying to put you off, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to help me out. So it feels like the thief is the 5th player expansion that normally doesn't quite fit with the other stuff, and so I think at 5 players it doesn't really work so well. Especially, and even if you chuck the thief into the lower levels, it doesn't work so well. So I think 3 is brilliant, 4 will work well, but it'll be quite long. And I think for me the reason it's 4.5 is because overall the cave is such a great thing to be able to play that you don't get in most other games where you go, what? I get to be the environment and do things, and it builds to this
It's
massive
really cool.
sort of now I'm going to crush you all moment, and it's good fun. So I do like the game a lot. Just a little thief. Get a ring. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I think the thief problem probably gets even worse as you drop down the player count, because
Yeah.
if you're not interacting with people in a 5-player game, that's not going to change with the lower levels in it.
Do not play a 3-player game with the thief,
Thief.
the goblins, and the cave.
It did not work at
It
all.
doesn't work because the goblins don't turn
Yeah.
over tiles. The thief doesn't really turn over tiles, and so the cave just builds its network, puts the crystals where it wants, collapses it, and kills them all. I know that. I did it.
Yeah, that's what we played.
Yeah. So we worked out pretty quickly that actually in a 3-player game it doesn't work.
I bet you still enjoy
Yeah,
it.
it's
Whereas the 3-player game we went cave, dragon, knight was brilliant.
Yeah, I can imagine that
Just
being.
punching each other, and I'm putting things in their way, dropping rocks. It was so much fun.
That's the kind of thing I'm interested in. Like, I know it's got its flaws, this game, but I was like, I'm really going to try like would dragon goblin cave
Yeah.
work, or
Yeah.
would you just drag dragon goblin knight?
Yeah, because then the
try
goblins
and
want to
make stuff?
kill the knight,
In-
and he wants to
in-
run
in
around
the-
the treasures.
In the back of the book, there is loads of different ways it suggests you play the characters together, and oddly, it's the thief that's the one you sort of just add in. So generally, it's a 2-player game
Much like
plus
that.
the thief, which shows it's not a character that perhaps isn't quite as well thought out.
And one of the things we didn't show you in much detail in the unboxing was the difficulty cards. So if you've got a player who's just brilliant at something, you can give them a card that says your objectives are harder or easy, and you can take it really easy. So if you've got people trying to learn the game, you can go, right, well, you take the easy ones, I'll take the massively difficult one. And so it's great for that. They've thought about all of these different things, but a couple of rules tweaks which really need to go into the box. You don't want to have to go onto a forum to find them. And generally sorting out the thief.
Well, the Dragon Knight one was definitely that's the worst. That was that like the other ones are like they're a bit ambiguous. Well, that was just 2 conflicting rules that were literally like.
You
And
can't
my
do
one's like in
both.
bold red writing saying "Beware,
Yeah.
this will happen." And in the Knight's things, it's only attack once. It's like
Yeah.
oh. But technically, it does make sense. It obviously gets better the more the dragon reveals itself. But it was like no.
But my thinking is once they sort this stuff out, they'll FAQ or hopefully release a new rule book or something like that. Once you get sort of a number of games of this under your belt, and it all becomes a little bit more easy, and then you just whip it out and go, oh, let's do, I don't know, Dragon Knight Cave, and give that a spin,
Yeah.
and it ticks over a bit more quickly. I'm really interested to see.
It's worth playing perhaps a few characters and just sticking with them and just rotating them around. Because I played the goblins before, it was easier playing them the second time round.
Even getting the rules wrong.
Yeah, but it's easier playing them the second time around. The cave, you've played more than a few times, and it makes it easier if you keep playing the same character for a bit as you learn them.
Yeah, it's really not a casual game. It's not one you can just pull out and you can just delve in and start playing straight
Not
away.
quickly.
No,
No,
not quickly.
The time does stretch
If you
out.
find a group that really likes it, you can get this out week after week and still be finding new stuff for many plays, I think.
And easy to expand as well. Little expansion, adds another character, changes the way the game plays.
Yeah, if they
Add more
keep
like a
it
thief,
balanced.
right? Just keep adding. Oh, no.
Just tack it on. No.
They could have the burglar. They could have
The wizard.
Yeah. Ooh.
The wizard.
That one sounds good though. The druid, the bard, got all these things.
Balrog,
Fantasy
The
based.
dwarf. Go straight through walls.
The elf, got this mate.
Yeah.
Don't find many elves in caves.
Do Legolas? He was in a cave.
I think that means we're done.
There's a hobbit in a cave. What are you talking about?
So, if you're missing your geek, you know where to find us.
Bye.
I'm dead.
I'll move back a bit.
Found the moon backwards.
It is gaseousness.
I think we've done that
This
one
is
today.
getting less and less sexy the more you talk about it.
Doesn't have to be sexy, just has to be true.
Oh